Angela here, welcome to my channel, and welcome back viewers of my stream. I'm just here to tell you that it's been at least a year since I last beat this game, but this is my quick little retro review on Resident Evil 0. Now, I've been told a lot of people dislike it, and I can see why. There are certain times in the game when this last playthrough I did where just Rebecca wants to fight. She's a fucking fighter. A rookie cop nonetheless, but she's a fighter. But the problem is, you know, she either wants to show too much love, like for instance this guy, or just the fact of the matter is that maybe she's, you know, she likes the whips. I don't know, because that guy kept whipping the crap out of her. And she just really loves hugs, what can you say? But if that's one of the reasons why people felt that it's not one of their favorite Resident Evils,
I fucked up.
I think after you finish the Leech Hunter mode, you beat the Leech Hunter mode, and you're able to get infinite, like, Magnum, then this game is fucking awesome. Then it's just you just running around killing everything. It's fucking awesome. I will admit, you do see a Proto-Tyrant, and you fight it twice, but you don't fully get closure for it, if that makes sense. Because normally I believe the Tyrant is a left-handed claw monster. This guy's a right-handed one. The only other prototype like that was in Resident Evil Code Veronica X, or just Code Veronica. That guy, he has like a mace. He doesn't have a claw hand. I think he gets one eventually, but he has like a mace when you first see him. But aside from that, I really enjoyed the zapping system. I enjoy the fact that you can drop items. It's a love-hate relationship, because then if you leave something far away, you can't go back to the old way of just opening that wonderful item box and then just be like, oh, here it is. But instead, you have to go, fuck, where did I leave that thing? You're like, damn it, alright. And you have to backtrack all the way to go and pick it up. The number one thing that I had with this game, though, is that the ending comes so fast. Just so dramatic, so fast. And again, that's when I died here. And I had to replay about maybe 20 minutes worth of content, give or take. Because there's no save rooms in between. When you get to the part where you fight the leech monster near the end, that's it. There's no... Unless you know what happens, you're just gonna fight the last boss, and then it gives you a save opportunity after that. So it's like, here's a mini-boss, who's technically the main boss in a way you could say. If you beat that one and your AI partner doesn't die, then you're allowed to go through and continue on the story. So it's very different. It's definitely not your classic Resident Evil, and I can see because of that people disliked it. Also, I was still trying to get, this is the PC version that you can use the analog that always runs, as opposed to the tank controls. So with that, I mean, that worked out pretty well most of the time if you were just running straight. But if you're running around zombies, or there's a lot of cuts on the camera angles, your analog still is just up, down, left, right. It doesn't know where your camera is facing, so you can totally get mixed up and messed up, so... God damn it. Fucking analog. Those are just some of the things that I saw were gripe-wise, but otherwise, I mean, it's a Resident Evil. It's a classic. They built it, they finished it, they had the Leech Hunter mode. In addition to that, on the PC version, I don't know if it's for the other consoles as well, but I know on PC for sure, because that's where I'm playing it, on Steam. There's the Wesker mode, where you're allowed to play as Wesker, and a kind of like, what was it, mind-controlled Rebecca, kind of like how Jill was. But then you get to do all the Wesker's moves, and it's just fun. I liked it. Yeah, punk asses. Oh, wow. I will admit it has probably some of the most annoying enemies. Because you know I always talk about you don't know if the enemy took the damage or not. So these hunters, sometimes they would take the damage, but they're not actually taking the damage. Does that make sense? Like, you shoot them, but then it didn't stun them enough, and they can just hit you bam bam. And it's just like, man, that kind of sucks. As you can see, it was Shinji Mikami was the advisor, but he wasn't the person directing it or in charge of this one. All in all, it does fill in a little bit of gaps. It is kind of like a sub-story and like a extra. It's not really part of the main, because especially since the fact that you do all this as Rebecca. I want to see what happened to Billy. We never know what happens to Billy after this. He's a ghost. You know, as he said, he's just a zombie now, so he's just living his best life, I guess. But the real slap in the face is Rebecca did all this and survived, and then she turns into super rookie mode in Resident Evil 1 Remake. So I'm going to try and get that one for you guys later. I'll also do a quick little retro review. So Capcom, thank you back in the day when you used to do stuff like this, and I appreciate... You've changed a bit, for sure. Now you focus more on graphics rather than substance. Ah, well, a B for badass, right? But alright guys, thank you for watching. That's my review. If I were to give it a ranking, out of my 69, I'd give it a solid like 55 out of 69. 55 out of 69, you know, that'll probably be the best way I could talk about it and say it, because it's definitely not perfect, but it's still high enough that I enjoy it. So, there you guys go. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoy this retro review. Resident Evil 1, and, you know, eventually I might just start doing all the list, getting back to some good old retro reviews like this. So, hope you guys enjoy it. These are my thoughts on some of these guys. Yeah. But yeah, going back to it again, Eliminators are main problem.
Holy shit,
those guys,
got moves.
Very unique enemy, but just you're way too slow to fight those enemies. Alright guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys out there. Later.
Stop! Don't come any closer!
Freeze! Who are you? What are you doing here?
Hold your fire! I'm a human!